Hey traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. So moving into today's market report, key news to come out at 1 p.m. today is the inflation expectations out of New Zealand. That's coming out at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, so around 20 minutes from now. Just going over last night, we saw pretty quietish mixed session in the US. The Dow rallied, but we saw losses of around 6 points on the S&P 500 and losses on the Nasdaq. Stocks in Europe were mainly lower. The FTSE saw probably the heaviest falls in the larger indices, but the CAC did make a small rally. So a bit of headlines coming out today. President Trump has advised that there could be a delay on the proposed auto tariffs from up to 6 months on the EU. Something was a bit interesting. It's not really market related, but just showing you some of the power of purchasing in China. Alibaba broke its Singles Day record with $30 billion worth of sales, which is still climbing, which is pretty remarkable when you think about that kind of number. So last night also we saw UK prelim GDP came in worse than expected, and manufacturing production came in worse than expected. So we'll get to the pound in a moment, but it was interesting because the pound sort of shook that off and kept rallying. So into today so far, stocks at the moment have been mixed at the moment. We're seeing the Hang Seng up after yesterday's really solid, well over 2% fall. The ASX is currently trading lower today, down 0.38%, and Chinese shares are mixed, but the big losses we're seeing so far in the Chinese session today is on the SZSE component, is down 2.17%. So just going back to the pound, we did see a good rally in the pound, and this is despite that weak data and Moody's coming out and warning of a possible downgrade on sovereign debt. So if we just have a quick look at the pound, we can see that it really did ignore that and put on a pretty decent rally considering last night. So it finished the session 58 points higher, and at one stage was trading over 100 pips higher. And this is as well over on the pound CAD. We can just see how strong that rally was. And today, with further CAD weakness, we're seeing further buying and a test to this high. So the pound isn't looking as strong as that right now to the USD, but there's definitely still some pound demand out there. So just looking at the Aussie today, so far it's started a little bit high, it's drifted lower now, it has put in a new weekly low, and it is in a down move, but it's nothing with a lot of conviction at the moment right now. But that trend has definitely been broken now that we looked at yesterday. So we can see a pretty good confirmation there that that trend's broken. The euro snapped a 5-day losing streak overnight, putting in a small recovery. Sellers are active at this stage in the Asian session, but while this low holds, around here we'll be looking to see if buyers can continue to hold some short-term momentum, and possibly, if this does fail, this Asian session sell down, will we see buyers come back in fresh demand from these areas and maybe push the market back higher again. Going over to Bitcoin, so Bitcoin still is holding on to this point here, but we did see a new weekly low last night after over a 3% drop in yesterday's session. Again, while this level does continue to remain in play, we're looking for buyers to continue to hold favour, but if we see a break below this level, we'll be starting to think that sellers are back in, going to continue to push the market lower and holding on to sort of that medium to short-term momentum. So this evening, there's not too much in the way of high impact news, so we'll just keep an eye on the current continuing tariff talk and updates coming out about the ongoing trade negotiations between the US and China. So until tomorrow's report, have a fantastic trading day, and bye for now.